So Christina is as far as I know, lifelong lover of sea turtles. She had extensive experience monitoring sea turtles in the field before she came here, but saw that she needed to expand beyond just her scientific understanding of sea turtles and came to the MAS MBC program to learn more about the social issues, communities, fishermen, and to spend time really getting to know these communities and work alongside these communities in her efforts to conserve sea turtles into the future. So please join me in welcoming Christina Langford.
Una tortuga carey. Treinta y siete. Salvando la tortuga.
This video was taken by the crew of Siempre Mercedes, an artisanal fishing vessel. Artisanal vessels are those that operate using low tech, such as deploying and retrieving their nets by hand. They are small vessels that are typically owned and operated by local fishing families who also offload and market their catch themselves. Siempre Mercedes operates out of the port of Jaramillo, Ecuador, where thank you. Where I traveled for my capstone project. But truly, this work is not about me. I may have facilitated what I'll be presenting here today, but those at the helm driving the work are the fishers themselves. Fishers like Ronald. La tortuga carey, the hawksbill turtle, Ronald is saying as he untangles the turtle. Hawksbill turtles are one of 7 species of sea turtles that exist globally, and they are listed as critically endangered on the IUCN Red List of Endangered Species. Another stock of sea turtles, the Eastern Pacific stock of leatherback sea turtles, is also listed as critically endangered, and their populations have declined by over 90% of historic levels, mainly due to being captured in fisheries operations along their feeding grounds off the coast of Ecuador, Chile, and Peru. With Ecuador alone having a fishing effort of over 14,000 artisanal fishers, one of the largest efforts of artisanal fishers in the world. But the fishers are not trying to capture the turtles. Their target catch, or at least the target catch for the fishers I was working with, are tuna and tuna-like species, such as mahi-mahi and swordfish. During their fishing operations, sea turtles, as well as other non-target species like dolphins, sharks, or rays, can be captured in their nets, and this is what is known as bycatch. Depending on the specific circumstances, these bycaught species can die. Salvando la tortuga, saving the turtle, Ronald says before he releases the turtle. Ronald is one of 35 fishers who are part of a program called Iluminar el Mar, or Light the Sea in English. For my capstone, I joined the Ecuadorian team of the nonprofit organization, the Leatherback Project, who has been working with these fishers, making it a priority to learn about their way of life, their challenges, fostering connections with them while they work to implement an illuminated net design to reduce bycatch rates, hence the name Iluminar el Mar. I had many memorable experiences while working with the fishers, one of which was when Ronald explained to me why leatherback sea turtles are important to protect. When there are less leatherbacks, he explained, there are more jellyfish, as the jellyfish are the main food source for leatherback turtles. This larger amount of jellyfish consumes more fish larvae, the jellyfish's main food source, meaning that less fish larvae develop into fully grown fish, both to support the ecosystem and for the fishers to capture. To support healthy leatherback populations, Illuminar Elmar is lighting the sea using this LED light technology seen being deployed here by another crew in the program. This LED light technology illuminates the net for the sea turtles to see and avoid swimming into. The Illuminar Elmar fishers trialed this technology during the last fishing season with positive results for reducing bycatch rates, as well as not significantly affecting the majority of their target catch. So, where do I come into all of this? I wanted to take a closer look at the illuminated net design. While there were promising results for reducing bycatch rates, there were still opportunities to improve how the gear worked for the fishers, something that they were already thinking about, as the Leatherback Project team shared with me that during the trials, multiple fishers had feedback and suggestions about improving the design. So to facilitate this, I hosted a day-long co-design workshop with the 35 Illuminar Elmar fishers to do just that. The goal was to design a new net that was improved with the goal of maintaining the reduction in bycatch that was seen during the first trials, while also balancing that with reducing the impact to their target catch to the extent possible. The workshop was specifically designed to allow for the incorporation of the fishers' ideas to improve the net design. To facilitate each fisher's ideas empirically in the design, I created a workbook that acted as a survey mechanism throughout the workshop, asking the questions, allowing time for open discussion, and capturing the fishers' responses in real time as the workshop progressed. The questions included this one seen here, which asked for their preferences for the distance between lights, as well as other questions about their preferences for the depth placement of the lights, their reason for those preferences, among other questions. From the fishers' responses, the Leatherback Project team and I created 4 design options for the fishers to vote on to choose a new design to be trialed hopefully during this current fishing season. Overwhelmingly, the fishers preferred option C. This design represents a potentially innovative solution for using the technology to reduce bycatch rates, as typically the LED lights are deployed on the float line, which here in this graphic is the top line with the yellow circles. The fishers explained that placing the lights deeper than in the first design that was trialed will actually work better for reducing bycatch rates, as well as mitigate the piracy threat that is unfortunately prevalent off the coast of Ecuador. And this is the collective local ecological knowledge that they shared. During the rainy season, turtles are typically found deeper in the water column following a deeper thermocline. Additionally, turtles that are captured deeper in the net are more likely to die, as it is harder for them to surface to breathe. Also, during the rainy season, the water is more turbid, meaning that the light illumination from the technology will be less. Therefore, placing the lights deeper than in the first design that was trialed will target both the areas where more sea turtles are likely to occur, as well as the area where the mortality risk is highest. They also explain that this design actually works best during the dry season as well, when the sea turtles are found higher up in the water column. This is because during the dry season, the water is less turbid, meaning the LED light technology will have a greater illumination covering a larger portion of the net, while also still being placed deeper to target the area where mortality risk is highest. This discussion was captured in this survey question here. What is the main reason for rating the options in the way that you did? The most commonly selected response was that that option was best for reducing bycatch, followed by that it's best for security, followed by that it was better for their target catch, and then lastly, that it was best for ease of placing the lights, as the distance was increased slightly from the first design, meaning that less lights would needed to be placed on the net. Post-workshop survey responses were overwhelmingly positive. When asked, would you like to participate in the next series of trials with Illuminar Elmar, given the new net design, all but one fisher said yes, and the one fisher who did not say yes selected maybe. When asked, do you feel that you were able to contribute to the Illuminated net design, every fisher said yes. And when asked, would you like to be a spokesperson for bringing this technology to other fishing communities, very excitingly, all but one fisher selected yes, and the one who did not select yes, again selected maybe. Although the new net design has yet to be trialed, the positive responses both to the new schematic and the code design process are a success in themselves. My capstone project relied heavily on the fishers' willingness to participate in this process, and this willingness was definitely due to the genuine relationship building that the Leatherback Project team has done with the local fishing community for several years now. I say this to deeply thank the Leatherback Project team and the fishers, but also to highlight the importance of community engagement and not just data collection. The work of my capstone project was not just creating a workbook or hosting the workshop, but also beforehand, before the workshop happened, meeting the fishers, getting to know them, doing things like traveling to the port and admiring their catch offloads, attending local soccer matches, or checking in on them in their homes. From this experience, more than ever, I truly believe that the way to creating long-lasting, effective conservation solutions is through collaboration. Fishers and conservationists together, both for sea turtles and for fishers' livelihoods. I want to thank, from the bottom of my heart, the Illuminar Elmar crew, both the fishers and the Leatherback Project team, for their mentorship throughout this work. I am very grateful for the MAS MBC program, our advisors, my capstone committee, my cohort mates, and my family for their support and belief in me. And above all, I want to thank God for the opportunity to do this important work. Thank you. Does anyone have questions? I'm sorry, I thought someone else was going to come up and say, does anyone have questions? Sorry for the awkward pause. Oh, 1 second. Hold on.
So it's not necessarily this particular project that you're focusing your career on. It's more, this is an example of the type of work that you want to do with working with local communities, working on projects like this for conservation efforts.
Yeah, so that's my boyfriend, everyone, Gilbert Sleeto. Thank you for thank you for allowing me to have the opportunity to highlight. So yes, specifically, I am really focused on reducing bycatch because it is the biggest threat to sea turtle populations, and specifically the Eastern Pacific leatherback population. Like I highlighted in my presentation, their population has declined by over 90%, and it's mainly due to being captured in fisheries. So I learned about that when doing field work, nesting surveys, and seeing the low rates of nesting, and just from there, I wanted to learn more, and I wanted to be a part of changing that. And so hopefully my goal is one day, sorry, I'm a crier, I apologize. My goal is hopefully one day after doing this work and working with the fishers and reducing the bycatch rates, being able to go to one of the most important nesting beaches, which was Playa Grande in Costa Rica, where one day I will see the results of this work, that the nesting has increased and the population has recovered. So that's my goal. Yes, Perrin.
Great presentation, by the way, and great work. So my question is more related to the work with the locals. So we know it can be very hard to work with locals, especially in smaller community, and to make them understand the importance of sea turtles or bycatch, and solely because usually they might lack educational, like environmental education. Did you find that with you, that work was done prior with the Leatherback Trust project, and so that it was much easier for you? Did they have a switch of mind, or was it always, they were always concerned about sea turtles?
Yeah, so thank you so much for that question because it's super important. I definitely could not have just gone into a community for the small amount of time that I did. I spent 5 weeks in Ecuador, and just going into community and start working with fishers and collecting data and asking them about their opinions. This has been a product of the Leatherback Project and their years and years of work with the community, starting with, first of all, just talking to them. Like I said in my presentation, getting to know their way of life and their challenges and understanding that they viewed this, the bycatch, as a problem. One, just from their connection as artisanal fishers, most of them, I would say potentially all of them, are really connected to their environment. And so they don't want to be doing this. They only want to be catching their target catch. And then also on top of that, it's a cost to them to have to untangle the turtles, or if they can't untangle them, cut their nets and lose them, because that's very costly. And so all of that work beforehand and just community engagement and learning, about their way of life and getting to know them is really, all of that foundation was what allowed me to come in and do this workshop in the short amount of time. Yeah. Thank you.